Hi, it's Dr. Gemelli. It's Tuesday, and those of you who had me for theory know I like to touch base and say hello every once in a while just to let you know that there's a friendly face behind the course. Um, so it's Tuesday. You don't have anything due today, but we are already past a week of the course. These 7.5 week sessions go by so quickly. Um, but many of you are already, you're looking ahead, thinking ahead, working on those IDPs, which is great. There's been some questions about the individual development plan, and they've been good ones. I hope that you've seen the responses and that you have noticed a couple of examples that I provided, not of the whole assignment, but of the objectives chart. Um, the whole assignment is important, obviously, to identify those strengths and things that you have going on that can help propel you forward in your career and your professional development. But the objectives chart, I think, is really important. And this is where I think it's going to be the most helpful to you to be as detailed with it as possible, and that's why I provided the examples. One lends itself a little bit more to a professional goal and the other a personal goal, which I think is one that we all can identify with, of kind of that, working on our professional lives and our personal lives. And, just on kind of a side note, and I can't remember where I read it, but there's this idea that we're all supposed to achieve this work-life balance. And the author of, I don't know I think it was just an article or a blog, was kind of criticizing this whole idea of work-life balance. I mean, when you think of balance, you're thinking of an equilibrium, right? That there's kind of both sides are equal and it's balanced and you have this equilibrium. And she's like, yeah, I don't think so. That's not really going to happen. That, especially given the work and things that we do, that our work carries over into our personal lives, our personal lives carry over into our work sometimes. But, this kind of idea of how to kind of balance it all, it's not so neat and tidy and perfect. I think it's the nature of a lot of work today, and it sounds like a lot of the work that you're all doing, especially in social services and nonprofits, and you have families. Again, it's not always like, okay, today I'm going to balance my time between the work and the family time that I need to do. Or there's this idea that if we spend too much time working, we're neglecting our family. If we spend too much time with our family, we're neglecting our work. But we just, in some ways, I think she was saying is you kind of got to go with the flow of how things work out. Week by week, it's hard to know, right? Day by day, it's hard to know. But I think it's kind of just looking into ourselves and finding out what works best for us. And I think as much as possible of taking the time to try to understand what our schedules demand of us, and where we can let go. I think that's just so crucial. What's really a priority, and what do I need to do to obtain that? So, just again, a little side note, not to say that this shouldn't be an objective, but I think, be realistic about it and do be specific about it. I think there are ways to be able to measure that and have it be an attainable idea in terms of how to work with our busy work, school, and family lives. So something to think about moving forward. But and then lastly, but it should have been firstly, is thank you everyone for your introductions. It was great to see some of you again that I had in theory, the sociology students. And it's good to meet the family and human development students. So it's always a pleasure to see what you're doing and the important work and the great relations you have with your family and your communities. So thank you so much for sharing. I know that you probably do these class after class, but I mean, I know that your classmates enjoy seeing you once again, and I enjoy hearing about you. So thank you so much for taking the time to do that. And I think everyone's been, I think I've talked, talked to everyone who posted an introduction. So thanks again. That's it. If you have questions, of course, let me know. But have a great week. Thank you.